All right, today we're going to install a few accessories on my 2012 BMW F650GS model. One of the things I wanted to install was some rear protection bars. I got these from Luggage, and these are made by Hepco and Becca. And I'm going to work on installing that first. Then from Alt-Rider, I have a Tailbag holder, and so I'll install that. And then finally, we'll install this BMW motor rod Tailbag, and that'll pretty much finish most everything for accessorizing my bike. The reason I'm putting these rear protectors on is I'm not so worried about me dropping the bike, but you never know when somebody might bump into it and knock it over, maybe a wife or a child or something like that, and this will help avoid some serious injury to the motorcycle. So I'm going to start out by taking off the seat and then removing the original bars here. I'm going to take off this seat here. This, by the way, is the Sergeant seat I put on. Just absolutely love this seat. It's fantastic. So I'm going to take it off, set it aside, and then I need to remove these bars, or this bar system. And to do that, it should take a 45 Torx. So you just pull out these plugs. I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to remove these 4 bolts, and then I'll show you what we're going to do next. Okay, I've pulled these covers off, and I'm ready to pull these 4 bolts out. And I discovered this is T40, these are T45. So first thing I'm going to do is just simply loosen these up. Change out my bit to a 40, and then I will loosen the other ones up. And once they're loose, I can take them out by hand. So I will do that. We'll go from there. All right, in the bag, the hardware bag for these rear protection bars, it came with, unfortunately, the incorrect hardware. It should have had 4 M8 by 25s and 2 M8 by 45s. It does have the correct number of washers. So what I'm going to have to do is, just for the moment, just for fitting the bar, I'm going to have to use only one of these, and I'm going to bring the bar over here and sort of set it into place up there. And then underneath here, there's a spot where this should just screw in. I'm doing it blindly. So I'm just going to snug that in until I can go to the hardware store and get the correct piece. So that'll be good. I'll do the other side the same way, and then I'm going to come back and look to see if on the Alt-Rider hardware I have the right spacers, because this is taller than the original piece. So I'm going to see if I can find the right spacers to make the Alt-Rider Tailbag bracket fit on here correctly. Otherwise, I may have to get some more hardware. So I'll do that and I'll come right back. Okay, so when I was fitting the muffler or exhaust side bar, I noticed that that bracket's actually made differently, and guess what? It does take a longer one. So the instructions were incorrect in their description of what should be in here for hardware. So it looks like I'm okay now. All I have to do is install these on this bar over here, and then we will check to see about putting the Alt-Rider bag bracket on next. Okay, after reading the instructions in German, I figured out what's going on here. There was 2 M8 by 25s, and those go on the right side. There's 2 M8 by 40s, and these go on the left side. And then there's 2 M8 by 45s, and those go on the part that fastens it down on the tail right here. So it's got 3 different sizes in there. The German instructions have it right. The English instructions have it all wrong. So that's okay, we'll get it fixed up. And then I'm going to torque those down, since they're M8s, down to 25 Newton meters. I have a snap-on torque wrench, and I have, this should be a 6mm Allen type socket, and I'm going to tighten it down to 25 Newton meters. Okay, I haven't torqued anything down yet. I think I'm going to put these bolts in here and just get them started, just for purposes of helping to align up these brackets. So again, I'm going to take a 6mm Allen and just sort of get it snugged down a little bit. That way, when I torque them to 25 Newton meters underneath, it should come out fine. So I have my torque wrench already set to 25 Newton meters. Now I've got to figure out how to get in here in the right way so I can tighten these. And it looks like I'm going to have to use an extension. So right now I'm just trying to get it snug. You can order this snap-on wrench from Amazon. Okay, that's 25. Okay, that one's 25. I did put a little bit of Loctite on them. Normally, BMW doesn't use Loctite, they do everything dry. But I use some medium strength because I don't know if I really trust these torque specifications on aftermarket parts, and I don't want anything falling off. So I'll tighten this side, and we'll put the seat back on, and then we'll start working on the alt-rider luggage rack. I took the bolts back out of here after I torqued down the lower portion of those brackets. I'm going to take the bolts out of here. And this is so I can start trying to look at the alt-rider spacers to see if I can find a good solution for the fact that these are taller. I'm hoping that it just works out real well here, so we'll find out in a moment. So the alt-rider comes with this size spacer. Let's see how that would work. Actually, that looks like that's going to work perfectly. So, I'll try using their hardware and see if that works as well. And then I'll tighten these down. Now, they didn't give a torque spec from alt-rider, so I'm going to use a 5mm Allen wrench, and I'm going to torque them down to, I think, 10 Newton meters. So I'm going to set my torque wrench to 10 Newton meters, and I'm going to use some Loctite just to make sure everything is good. So I'll do that and I'll come right back. Okay, I'm ready to try to install this alt-rider bracket here using their hardware. So I'm going to put like a drop of medium strength blue Loctite on, and fit it in there. I'll put all 4 of these in and see if I can get them to line up and start to go in. And I'll come right back. All right, this is what we've gotten so far. We've gotten the bars put on, we've gotten this put on. I torqued these down to 10 Newton meters. I used medium strength Loctite. These were 5mm Allen wrenches. everything else I've described so far. And now we're going to see about putting the bag on the back. I bought a genuine BMW Motorrad bag, tail bag, and I paid a lot of money for it, and guess where it's made? China. So we'll see if it even fits. Okay, this is the BMW tail bag I bought. It's a genuine BMW product, made in China. If you look at the bottom of it, it's made to go over the tail bracket. So that's what I'm going to do, is I'm going to install that over the tail bracket. Put that all the way on there. And then it comes with 4 each small, medium, and large straps. I'm going to attach it with the small straps. At least I'm going to do this side here with small straps and see how that comes out. And then I'll try to do the rest. So these straps, you put them through here, bring this through, and then attach it to the bag like that. And you want them to be nice and snug, so I'm going to need to snug that down a little bit. And I'll do that for the other side, and then we'll see what I'm going to need for the back. Okay, so we ended up using small straps for the rear. We attached them up here, brought them back, brought this down nice and snug, so it fits nice and tight. So the bag is very secure now. So now I can go ahead and put in my genuine BMW first aid kit that's made in China. We'll stick it in here, and I can put all my guns and machetes and knives and everything else I want to carry with me on my trips. And that's it. Thanks for watching.